Welcome to the Java Cafe, Java fam. Good morning. Welcome to the Java Cafe, Java fam.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Today is Wednesday, June 7th, 2023. And shout out to Rochelle that let me know that I think it's kind of apropos that today is Global Running Day. And we have the honor and privilege of talking to a coach that moves in the space of wellness. Today, we have a guest from the group, the Road to Wellness. They have a 5K event sponsored by HoodFit. Those of you that know one of our Java fam, Uncle Thaddeus, was very instrumental in starting that some years ago. I remember when he shared that he was thinking about doing this, and now it's a whole movement. It's not just the event they do in September. There are events that they do all throughout the year in collaboration with the Boston Athletic Association and others, different running clubs. And so Coach Yvel is with us this morning to talk about all that they're doing. We'll talk a little bit about making our health and wellness a priority, and also learn about him and also his approach and how there is equity in taking ownership of our health and wellness. And so without further ado, I would like to present to some and introduce to others Coach Yvel from 5K Road to Wellness. Good morning, sir. How are you? All right. I think, do we have you? Okay. So we lost him just that quick. I know they were having a couple of technical difficulties this morning getting on and logging in. So hopefully we will get him back. I see him coming back. I think he's there. So you might want to try headphones or headphones. We will let me try to get with him in the private chat there and get him all set and take care of that. In the meantime, we wanted to let you know that there are a couple of things coming up. Some of you may saw. Let me just take care of this in the background and see if we can get him settled there. But we wanted to keep you aware of a couple of announcements, and it actually dropped this morning. One of the major things I want to make you guys aware of is that we've talked about it for a few months now. And let me just see if he gets the sound. Once you can hear me, nod your head, Yvel, and we should be good. But while we're getting him set, I wanted to let you know that it is official. I got the word last night, and so I want to share with you all this morning. I said I would make an announcement, and I think we're getting some sound there. Coach Yvel, let me know if you can hear me. And once we find out if he can hear me, we'll bring him back. So it is official that not only are we having the Community Day on Wednesday, June 21st, as part of the Waterfront Wellness Week. Java with Jimmy on the Waterfront is the signature event of the Wellness Week. But we got official word yesterday that we are going to Carson Beach for the cookout. So please be sure that you go and register. I'll figure out a way to get the registration link in the comments so you can go ahead and register to get information about what's going on for the overall wellness week. But definitely on June 21st, we are having the Community Day and cookout over at Moakley Park. And yes, we will be on Carson Beach. And for those of you that know, I am very glad to be able to go to Carson Beach. There was a couple of things that happened there last year with some of our young people and the Coalition for a Resilient and Inclusive Waterfront moves around inclusiveness and diversity there on waterfront. So we just wanted to let you know that we got official word. The cookout is going to be on Carson Beach, and I'm so excited about that. We're still in the background trying to get Coach Evel set up there. Let me know if you're able to hear me. Nod if you're able to hear. Hopefully we can get this worked out for him, folks. I see in the chat there, we have a little private chat in the background, that the headphones are not a go. So let's see if we can get him. Do you have sound? Can you look? Can you hear me now? We have a little electronic green room in the background for those of you that don't know. And this type of technical difficulty hasn't happened in a while. Well, remember a couple of weeks ago, I couldn't get the soundboard to work. Remember about a month and a half ago, Elizabeth Warren was on it for 23 minutes. There was no sound. So I'm used to this. I don't get too anxious anymore about it. Hopefully we can get Coach Evel to log in, and he just logged back out. So it is technically, we need to know Wednesday. So there are a couple of things that we do want to make sure that you know as far as announcements. Another thing I wanted to make you aware of. All right, let's see if we can get him back. Can you hear me? We're good. All right.
Back on.
Awesome.
We're live.
Coach Evel. All right, we're good. We got to make up for some time here. But I shared with folks, you know, who you are, what the Road to Wellness does. Shout out to Uncle Thaddeus and what his founding in a lot of what is now evolved into this movement. And so please introduce yourself, say good morning to everyone. I'm glad that we got you because it's important that we get this information out. How are you?
Listen, Jimmy, I am doing fine. And hello to all the Java with Jimmy fans out there or followers. We are live on the Dimick Community campus. And I'm doing very good.
I got some of my roots in not so much medicine, but the crossover between youth development and medicine. I used to run the teen center over in the Richards building some years ago. We had the first Jackie Jenkins Scott summer enrichment program, and I'm going back to I'm going back a few years. I'm gonna leave that alone.
But I would say just a few years.
Just a few years. But listen, tell us about yourself. Tell us how you got on your road to wellness. Just who is Coach Evel and why are you so passionate about wellness?
Wow, that's a loaded question. I got to go way back into the bio, but really, you know, wellness to me. So I could go way back from high school, college, and all these things, right? But to kind of fast forward, you know, I was a college athlete, you know, a high school college athlete, but being in the Boston area, okay, as an athlete, I ran track and field at Northeastern University. But as I would train cross country, you know, indoor track, outdoor track, running through Boston, there were not always a lot of people of color out there running.
You could go ahead and say black and brown people.
Black and brown, okay, yes, black folks, Latino, what have you. And again, it's just that, you know, Boston is a lot more diverse than what it looked. I'm running along the Mass Ave. I'm going to the Charles River, Sterling Drive, Memorial Drive. I'm like, wow, you know, I'm jogging on Beacon Street. Com Ave, right? But again, we kind of fast forward because coming out of school and having stayed in Boston, staying in the very active world of sports activities, you know, running, you know, 5K, 10K, half marathons, you know, all the different distances, you know, there just really wasn't a lot of us out here. Okay, so as we fast forward, you know, working a lot with you know, with the youth in our community and trying to work with our college students, creating you know, running events, activities towards scholarship fundraising. And along the way, the Road to Wellness was created by Thaddeus Miles back in 2014. And I found it was a great opportunity to partner with a program that's already taken on bigger legs than what I had.
Hold on. Here's Thaddeus in here giving technical advice. Tell him to use it and not his Thaddeus, we ain't messing with you this morning.
We appreciate it, but we're on. Yep. Listen, I love the fact Thaddeus is always in the background. He's here. he's here right on time. He's here right on time when he has to be.
Yep, absolutely. And so I'm glad to hear that. And he has been very integral. He's been transparent about his road to wellness recently and in the past. And so I thought it was important for folks to know a little bit about how you got there. And that is a lot of the intentionality of a lot of the collaborations. One of the reasons BAA supports it is to bring out the fact. And I think that there is a group, and I don't know if I'm making this up, but Black Girls Run. I think that is a group, right?
Yep, that's a group. We have Black Girls Run, we have Black Men Run.
And so the apparentness, for lack of better words, or the fact that that assertion is there means that it may not be typically known that Black folks do run. We jog, we exercise, and we believe in being well. It's not beyond us to focus on our health. And so if I could ask you, and Rochelle is in the room, Rochelle Solomon, who I'm sure you know is in the room. And actually, I got to give Rochelle her props. She's texting the email and said, hey, you need to talk about this. And so Rochelle, thank you. Let me jump right here for a second. We're going to talk about the road to wellness and hood fit and things, but I bring different providers on, and we talk about equity, and we talk about making health a priority. If you could talk to all of Black and Brown Boston, if you could talk to Black men, whatever audience you want to choose, what is it that you would say about how important it is to make our health a priority in the context of equity?
Wow, great question. You know what? It's great question is loaded when it comes down to it. You know, when we think about health, sometimes we may think about it as far as going to the gym, right? But again, a lot of it is what's going on behind the scenes. You know, how's your heart rate? How's your blood pressure? You know, do you have diabetes? You know, are you dealing with hypertension? Are we dealing with mental health issues? What are our outlets? Okay, a lot of times we don't really create healthy outlets. Okay, running some basketball may be a great outlet, but at the same time, you know, if all you do is you look forward to your weekend, you know, and you're trying to capitalize everything into a small tight time, you know, so health ultimately, health, wellness, fitness, all those things, they have to be a lifestyle. And this is what I would share. Health is not just looking at the next person and give them props because they look good, right? You can look good on the outside shell, but it's a matter of how are things working on the inside, you know, mentally, physically, the whole spirit, emotionally, you know, socially. So the whole road to wellness kind of encapsulates all of these things, because when we have all different organizations from our communities coming out, Black Girls Run, Black Men's Run, Pioneers Running Club, you know, I give a shout out to all these different groups. But you know, Thaddeus Miles, you know, vision as far as, you know, this road to wellness is kind of, it continues to morph into this bigger thing, because this becomes an outlet for people to come together as a community and say, wow, I see you. Hey, great to see you here. Oh, wow, you part of this too? Hey, you know, why don't you come and join us, you know, on a Saturday morning? Come join us when we have this walk and run. So it becomes this thing where we're gathering together for a bigger purpose. It's no longer just about us, it's the community. And when we talk about the community, we talk about the hood. You know, Thaddeus Miles, he's got the name, you know, as far as hood fit, but our neighborhood is a community. Us coming out to participate in an event, activity, we create a sense of community, and therefore we're fostering that health, that mental health. We're excited, you know, we feel good.
Do you see health and making wellness a priority as a form of resistance to the things that come on, I sparked something there. Go ahead. Thaddeus said, look, he chimed in, he said, can you let him talk? So I'll just ask the questions. And do you see health and making health and wellness a priority as a form of resistance around things that, you know, folks that look like you and I?
Listen, you know, we could say the establishment, we've been saying establishment for years, but, you know, we can't just keep going on and saying the establishment is doing this or hindering us from doing this, okay? Our health is our wealth, okay? Now, outside of the fitness health, right? Outside of being able to walk and be healthy, you know, again, you had asked me, you know, what's my story behind Road to Wellness? Well, a lot of it really, my focus is I'm highly motivated, high enthusiasm, high energy. I have to be able to share that with my community. Okay, I can't just look good and just be that bubble of energy, right? And that's where it comes down to we have to be able to see ourselves in more ways than that we're looking good. It's just like, hey, you know, have you been to your doctor for your checkup? Do you get your annual checkup? You know, there's a lot of men out there, you know, are we getting our PSA checks, you know, when we get to a certain age? Having our blood pressure checked, you know. So it's more than just the fitness aspect and, again, moving aspect. You know, I think it becomes, you know, checking in on each other, you know, making sure that we are as lively as we want to look. We are feeling as great as we should be feeling, right?
Yep.
And I think that's the bigger picture with this road to wellness. It's wellness is a loaded word. Okay.
Yep.
Wellness itself, you know, can be okay. It's a state of mind. Okay. It's a state of presence, you know, as far as where we are. It's a state of purpose, you know. And when we look at this word purpose, sometimes we are not walking in our purpose. Okay. And sometimes we don't know what our purpose is. So we have to line ourselves up with other organizations, other individuals, other movements that are creating some level of purpose. Now, that purpose can be, hey, somebody asks you, hey, how you doing today, Jimmy? What do you say?
I'm doing all right. Well, I've gotten better. I'm doing all right. But we naturally say, oh, I'm okay, I'm good. And sometimes that's not always true.
Exactly. You know, we say, hey, we're good, all good, you know, hey, fine. But it's kind of like having that little elevator chat, you know, hey, good morning, hey, welcome, you know, how you doing? Oh, good. And we're done. But sometimes you got to peel that onion and say, okay, you know, are you really good? Hey, man, Jimmy, you know, can I holler you for a second? You know, I'm going through a little challenge, you know. And this is where we kind of become more our brother's keeper, our sister's keeper, you know, because we have to really be intentional as far as you know, when we walk into a room, are you filling that room up with your presence, with your character, or are you just kind of a fly in the wall just watching, right? We can do all those things, but when you leave that room, what are you leaving that room with? It's got to be a sense of energy, a sense of purpose. So again, like, we're sitting over here having this chat, you know, but other people, hopefully, as they're following us, as they're seeing this, you know, we want them to be moved. You know, I want to be part of this. You know, I want to feel this energy. You know, man, what's this wellness all about? Well, we look at the medical level. Okay, we have you know, our partners here at Dimmick Community Center. Our president and CEO is Dr. Charles. You know, he'll come out and he'll talk about the benefits from a medical standpoint, right? It's good to have, you know, these different layers. You know, we have Thaddeus Miles. You know, he's been you know, a pillar in the community. Absolutely. But at the same time, you know, we have to understand, you know, he's shown me at least his human side.
Yep. Okay,
because we all go through things. You could be these you know, these champions in our community, but yet we're still human. We're still going through things.
Yep.
Right. And again, we look up to our athletes. You know, our athletes, they're exceptional. You know, we just had again another partner, the BAA, Boston Athletic Association. We just had the marathon. So we see these top level athletes, but they also have a story in how they're getting to their, you know, to where they are. The story wasn't always, and probably for the most part, you know, there's some hills in there. You know, there's some challenges in there. And when we all get together and say, wow, you know, you just got past this adversity, this disease, you know, we just got past, well, I shouldn't say we got past anything, but, you know, this pandemic was real. Yep. Right. And here we are now, years post-pandemic, and we're still in this road to wellness. We're still fighting, you know, the mental issues, the physical issues. Some people still have long COVID. Some people still feel that it didn't exist. But we still have to keep on moving on one day at a time. And the way I move on one day at a time is when I walk into a room, when I walk back out in the field during our training, and I see other people coming out, it gives me energy because it lets me know that this is now our purpose. We're here to kind of motivate, nourish our community, and we're doing it together.
I think that there's so much there, and I hate that I have a slight limit on time, but we need to continue this conversation because you opened up so much, and I don't know if Thaddeus is still in, but a lot of the themes that you talked about around family, around community, there was language of accountability there, being in unity with one another. There was language of responsibility to some extent while protecting your peace and taking care of yourself. If you consider yourself to be well, and in that, and I also want to name, it is a daily lifestyle. Uncle Thaddeus and I fight often because, you know, sometimes mine is a roller coaster. I get on these kicks and then I'm hydrating well, and then I can go 2 weeks and yeah. So it is definitely imperative that we take a real examination about lifestyle changes. Things that what I did some years ago was when I lost weight, I made decisions around what I could do as a lifestyle change and not a diet. And so I agree. And I mean, you're a professional here, so my layman's agreement don't mean much, but it is. I found that trying to adopt daily things so you don't crunch them in, and you're not in a crisis response when something goes wrong. Being well has to be a focus. What do you say to people that are sitting now listening that want to get on the road to wellness generally or get involved with you all? How do folks get involved with this particular program and or just taking that first step to get on the road to wellness? What do you say to them?
Well, first of all, I think, you got to look into yourself right now and say, you know what, am I sitting down? Am I comfortable? Okay. Because the level of comfort, can be complacency, right?
Sir.
So now we got to really set a goal. The goal has got to be something that sometimes makes us feel uncomfortable.
Yep.
Okay. Walking 2 miles is probably a very long stretch. It's probably a marathon for some. Okay. But, the thing is, when you set a goal, it starts with the first step. So coming out to join us, it really is about just making it, showing up and making that first step, right? Because the hardest thing is getting to a destination and saying, hey, I'm here. Okay. What do you got for me? So easiest thing, we have on this Road to Wellness training, our summit series just started last Saturday, where we meet every Saturday mornings at Franklin Park for the month of June. We're at Franklin Park and we're meeting at 8:45 a.m. Our training kicks off promptly at 9 o'clock and it ends at 10 a.m. Okay, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. So just come out and join us. We're at the Playstead Field, Playstead Park at Franklin Park. And when you come out there, it's just really saying, hey, I'm here. I'm going to, welcome you, say, hey, what's up? So I'm one of it. I'm the head coach of a team of 5 coaches. So our coaches are all well certified in a variety of specialties. So when you come out there, you're getting that kind of respect, that kind of welcome. We have our DMIC team that's registering you in. And I think that's the first step. That's the easiest way to say, hey, I made it out here to this training. What do you have for me?
Okay. And this is the information. And here's Rochelle prompting us for questions. I'm sorry I missed this. So what if I just want to walk, Evo? What if I just want to walk?
Great question. Come out and walk. Because the Road to Wellness, so when we created this and developed this, along the years, when it was developed along the years, it wasn't just about the run itself. It is a walk. Okay. And not everyone is built to run. Not everyone is built to only walk, but you come as you are and you try to find where you fit in. We have a number of coaches, as I said, and the program is segmented in at least 3 different groups. We have our walkers. So it doesn't matter what age you are, you come out there, and if all you can do is you walk, you walk. But even in walking, you learn how to do this thing called pacing. You learn how to develop your own stamina. I'm glad Rochelle's here because everyone has a different style of run walking, and we've had a chance to talk about that. When I watch people out there, trying to complete a marathon, half marathon, any distances, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everyone thinks they could come out there and just suddenly run fast, but never have trained to run fast. They think they could walk fast and maintain that pace, but yet never have trained to maintain a certain pacing. So that's why as you come in as a walker, you learn how to not only walk, you learn how to go develop into a speed walk. You learn to understand your cadence. Your cadence is your rhythm. You build that stamina around it. So yes, if you're a walker, come out and join us.
It seems like there are a lot of attributes, benefits that come from running and walking that can transcend into different parts of your lifestyle. Learning your cadence there, you might become more observant about your cadence around work. You might become more observant around, if you get upset, or be intentional about walking it off or walking it out. Those the young people say. And so, Coach Yvel, I really appreciate you. We have to maybe have another conversation as we're getting closer to September, to the event. That is a crazy busy weekend. The 8th is Black Joy Day, and then the 9th is the Road to Wellness and something, and Uncle Thaddeus, and y'all got a whole bunch of stuff going on. And I'm a witness. Walking does help, because I think in 2020 there was an abbreviated version of something that happened, and I didn't run. Uncle Thaddeus and I kind of walked. We took a couple of shortcuts, but I did at least do a little bit of walking.
Hey, listen, so kudos to you.
Thank you.
You did something.
Listen, I'm trying, sir. But Coach Yvel, thank you. The platform is available. Please let us know how we can get more information out, and other things that you're doing in the community. Get us the flyers, the information, and we'll make sure we get the information out. And again, you're welcome to come back sometime in August and really get information out about September, because I think that's important. It's a great vibe, the event, the people there, everything that Coach Yvel talked about. You see that when folks are gathering, and then the celebration when folks come back through the balloons, and it's really an event that I think everybody should experience. It's almost like a vibe of the mini marathon. If you've never made it to Copley, which you should one of these days, go. But if you want to start out, get sort of that buzz at the 5K Road to Wellness, and that'll encourage you to go down to the 26.2K event that happens at the marathon. Okay, I thought I got it right. Coach, thank you, sir. I got to get out of here. And we'll be in contact. Please let us know if we can avail the platform for anything that you are doing over there. And please give Dr. Charles my best. Tell him Java with Jimmy said hello.
Thank you, Jimmy. Certainly will. Thanks for having us on.
And thank your team for making everything happen there. And we it was meant for you to be here. If you came on smooth and whatnot, that little technical difficulty, the old folks would say, somebody was messing. And so we got the message out for sure, and definitely met the goal. I appreciate you, sir. Love, man.
All right. Thank you.
Listen, folks, please go to the website is roadtowellness5k.com. I'll put it in the comments, www.roadtowellness5k.com to get more information. Jules, what's up, Juice? Good to see you, bro. I'm so proud of you, seeing all the speaking and stuff you're doing with young people. I got some things coming up. And not so much for young people, but I just want to hear your perspective on a few things going on, sir. So I will definitely reach out. And so thank you all for joining us this morning. I got to get off of here. Don't forget, at 12 p.m. today, we will be, I told y'all, June, if I can just make it to June 30th, Jesus. June is interesting. We'll just leave that there. Today at 12 noon, we are going live from Boston Public Market. So you can tune in at 12 p.m. and we're going to talk with some of the vendors there. We're going to talk with the executive director down there, learn about the mission. There is a mission, the Boston Public Market. And so we'll be live from there today at 12 p.m. Then tomorrow at 9 a.m., I also want to let you know that the healing tour that we've been talking about for the past few months with Brother Donnell Singleton, Sister Ramilda Piera, Minister Randy Muhammad, and also Pastor Willie Baldrick, that is definitely kicking off on Thursday. We invite the community to come out for a conversation about trauma, grief, and healing. We think that that is so important to ensure that our community has spaces where they can talk about this. And so that is taking place on Thursday, June 8th at 6:30 p.m. at 12th Baptist Church, 150 Warren Street. Dinner will be served. Somebody said that they can't hear me. Can y'all hear me, or is that just Sharon? Please let me know. Can y'all hear me? Everything seems to be right here. Somebody please chime in real quick. So hopefully you can hear me. Dinner will be served, not refreshments, not snacks, but they're okay. Ma said you can hear me. So yes, that is on Thursday, June 8th. And then on June 9th, we will be live with Dee Dee's Cry at Encore for the Black Men's or for the Men's Health Summit. All right. I can't hold this. Hold on, y'all. Oh, I'm sorry. I had to let that out. All right. So there's a lot going on in June. A lot. Also, having a post-Pride Parade event at Estella's on Saturday at about 1 p.m. And so email me if you want more information about that. It's kind of a smaller thing. We're just getting together and eat and have fun and network. And I'll get you the other stuff because I got to get ready to get ready for Java with Jimmy live from Boston Public Market. Uh-oh. If you come down, I will buy you a dozen of the bacon donuts. Uncle, wait a minute. Wait, we just got through. If Coach Evell is still watching, I hope he gets you because you can't be eating those. And Uncle Carl. Sharon's mad. Sharon, we had all type of technical difficulties this morning. You and Thaddeus running or walking today, Jimmy, for yep, I'm running for my life. If anybody asks you, what's the matter with me? I'm running for my life. All right, I got to get down here to Boston Public Market. If you were in that area and decide to take lunch around 12 noon, come down. Some folks call it Old Haymarket, but it's Boston Public Market. Haymarket is still there. We'll even learn about that, the difference in how they work together. So 12 p.m. live here, Java with Jimmy, live from Boston Public Market.